Lugnutz.
Welcome, gearheads. This week, GM gets fixed. The Nsx breaks a record. Just one. Alpha goes junior. Stop, Mitsubishi. Lambo, unlike before. And Nissan's award.
Play on Mclaren. Drive on Lugnutz.
Drive on, Lugnutz, right over here to pjandwh.com, where you're going to find all the crazy, luggy, and nutty moments right up top, like our discussion about PETA's discrepancies on Digital Cock right up top.
Okay.
As well as last week's Triforce podcast, Mortal Cockbat Holodeck Breaker. But you'll also find Walljanger Gaming right over here at the second tab, where you're going to find Big Brother streaming Monday to Friday, 3 to about 5-ish.
Sort of. When work and migraines let me.
Of course. But maybe thinking about picking a new game?
I finished the last one, so I'm going to have to pick something else. Which is the hardest part of all for me to make up my own mind. I may try Star Citizen, but I may still be stuck in the bed of the Constellation.
You never know with that.
I tried to do concierge stuff and get them to like, hello, I'm here and I need help. But they're not really good at that, according to how I've been treated in the past.
They're not like Tappy. Tappy reached right out, worked with the old man on working out our issues, and now we are very, very happy with the Tappy. And we want everybody to get their business cards with the Tappy, too.
And you may or may not be happy with this first story.
Oh, no.
Because it may be in your rearview mirror. The Michigan State Police are working on testing. They've just released the preliminary test for the Ford Interceptor Ecoboost police vehicle.
Okay.
They're doing the testing for the entire country over at the Grissom Raceway in southwestern Michigan.
Granton?
Sure. Granton.
There was no H.
No?
No.
Okay. Well.
Extra H for flavor.
Sure. Tests include top speed, acceleration, distance, braking, lap times, and it'll help all departments in all 50 states. The 2022 Ford Interceptor FPIU has 400 horsepower, twin-turbo, 3-liter V6, 0 to 60, 5.5 seconds to 113, top speed, 148. 0.6 seconds quicker than the Dodge. Making it the quickest out of the 3 tested. They also tested the V8 Charger. It hits a top speed of 139 miles an hour with the shortest top speed time of any vehicle tested. And they also tested the new Mach-E, which is, it's a Mach-E with lights.
And a prototype?
Yeah. It's the prototype vehicle, and they put some lights on a regular Ford Mach-E and called it done.
Well, I mean, everything can't be Elon and private issue. Sometimes it's government issue.
Okay. That's nice. But you know what else is nice? Problems that get fixed after a long period of time.
Huh, that sounds like a dream. Or not a seasonal event. Anyway.
You know what's good? Problems that get fixed after a long time. Here on the screen, we have a picture of one of the results of the bolt fires. Chevy says they're ready to get cracking on this bolt issue. They're going to start fixing it.
All right.
They're going to prioritize fixing the massive amount of Chevy bolts that had problems before they work on a new one. They're going to iron out all the problems before they release a new one. So there may never be another bolt again.
Well, I mean, that's a little bit.
Pessimistic?
A bit?
Yeah.
A bit. I mean, imagine that all those engineers are just like, no, we're fucked! We're fucked!
13 bolts have caught fire. There have been injuries.
That's not bad. Look at Toyota.
Like minor smoke inhalation and burns. There have been burns. So we have that. It'll affect 17 to 19, the battery models. Essentially, an enhanced battery pack is what they're going to repair. You'll get an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a new battery pack.
8-year, 100,000. I mean, it's a plausible
from 17 to
time.
19. So if you got a 17 that hasn't caught fire yet, I think you're really lucking out.
I mean, I guess it depends on the upgrades that happened in between that 17, 19 to the other bolts. You know what I mean? What are the bolts that were catching fire? Was it more prominently old ones, or
the old ones,
were the new ones
17 to 19?
So the new ones, you have that standard 8-month or 8-year, 100,000-mile.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty good.
Well, it's not really 8 years, 100,000 miles isn't really standard. I think they go for less. But 2020 models will get a software update.
Oh, okay.
That sounds less. It's a little something.
You telling me the drivers aren't important now when they're releasing a software update to fix that?
I guess not. But you know what?
You got to update your drivers, man.
Well, lots of people have been selling their bolts off. So this probably isn't that big a problem for people who don't have bolts.
You don't care.
If you don't have a bolt, it's not your problem. But with the next story, you might be interested in how Honda broke 300. Here they are in all their glory. I don't know what's on the video. I picked it for the picture. Here they are in all their glory. Honda has told the world what they're going to do for the largest car market in the world. By 2030, they're going to go all electric in China. Here are some of the models. They said they will release in the next 5 years, they will be releasing concept cars. Here they released below, there should be a picture of the actually one vehicle that they're releasing. I'll explain. This is the Nsx and the ENP1. They're essentially the same vehicle. They're just the same thing built in two different factories. So they have that going for them. Huh. They're just calling it different. It's like, Subaru and Toyota calling it something different, being the same thing, except this is by the same company.
They just changed a letter.
Yes, because for the factory.
Is the same paint job available on each, or is that paint job the only one?
Sure, why not? I didn't look that deeply into it.
I'm just saying, like, if that paint job is the S because it's sporty.
That could be with their joint partner on this one, Dongfeng.
Excuse me?
Dongfeng?
Are you
Dongfeng and Honda? Dongfeng and Honda are getting together for this project in China, because if you're going to do something in China, you need a Chinese government partner.
There you go.
I don't actually know. I don't do business in China. I'm mental health. I stay in this country.
Yet.
Yes. It was shown at the Shanghai 2021 Auto Show. Leading the auto show inside, it has a 15.2 and a 10.25 display. The Honda Nsx features front-mounted electrical motors, 150 kilowatts, 201 horsepower, top speed of 93. Power pack underneath, 68.6 kilowatt hours of battery for 310 miles an hour. Or, I mean miles, not in 1 hour. Oh. That would be really impressive.
Yeah.
You get a 300-mile range on that one.
It looks in 1 hour.
It looks like a crossover.
Yeah. Gives you a little bit more space, You might need it.
Well, if you're in China, you might be in the market for that, or you might be interested in what happened in Long Beach. recently in Long Beach, the NSX broke a record. The NSX Type S went to Long Beach for IMSA Prototype Series champ Rick Taylor drove the NSX at that Long Beach and got with at the Long Beach, and it is now the fastest road legal production car on California's Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach Circuit.
All right. That's
something. Take your win where you can. It's the fastest car on the Acura test track. Wow, that's nice.
But it looks nice going around that track, man.
He went around it in 1 minute, 32.784 seconds, 3 seconds faster than the previous holder in 2019, Peter Cunningham.
Okay.
So the NSX breaking records all over. It didn't exactly break sales records when they released it like they hoped it would, but
that just makes it more rare.
I think it's a fantastic looking car.
It is a great looking car.
It could be there's just so many supercars.
Yeah.
Used to be like a few. But.
This car, I was looking into more of the actual technology of it serendipitously. And even when you go down to brake, it knows just how to make the brake hold and really whip around the corner and then take advantage of the suspension system and the throttle at the same time to make sure you maximize all the way through. It's a quick car. And you have your 2 electronic motors in the front, which are very much a part of that quick turning system. So when you take this thing around a track, it's going to whip around that like a fucking slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
It's really impressive when you look down into the technology that they put into this NSX.
It's impressive, and it's a fantastic looker all around.
Oh, yeah. It looks very stylish, very sexy.
It's a great-looking car. Just like you might think with this next story, Alpha is going to go Junior.
Junior. Yes, Junior would drive that car.
Stelvio?
Sure.
Stelvio GT Junior is what Alpha's putting out for a limited run version of the Stelvio. Paying homage to Alfa Romeos, sold between the year 1965 and 1977. That's really bizarre homage.
And specific?
Yeah, between 1965 and 1977.
Everybody else get
Nothing
fuck off.
else.
Everybody else get fuck off.
Like, normally, I'd think they'd, pick one vehicle.
Yeah.
Instead, we can't decide on one, so we're just going to everything and...
Just keep fucking about. Yeah. Just keep fucking about.
Well, it'll have 280 horsepower with a 2-liter gas engine or a 2.2-liter diesel with a 210 power of horses on tap.
Whore of horses and
10 power whore of horses and squeaky wheels with all-wheel drive, 8-speed auto. Get it for about 73K pounds. So more.
Whore of horses.
200. That's because it's a diesel.
That's how you get.
They're loud horses. Glug, 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 glug.
Oh, that's the title of the fucking podcast right there.
So, remember, speaking of SUVs, do you remember when Toyota said, we're not going to bring the Land Cruiser to America?
Oh, what did they do?
They're not, but they are. But they're just going to call it the Lexus.
They're just going to call it Lexus.
They're going to call it something different. They're just going to call it the Lexus.
This is not a Land Cruiser.
LX600. They said they won't sell it here in 2021, but don't get too excited yet. It does have 2 screens inside, 12.3 and 7-inch screen, 25-speaker Mark Levinson audio system. 3 different seating options, including down below, you have a picture of the ultra reclining seats with chilled leather. 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6, 409 horsepower, not a V8 like last year. So you got that, whatever. It does
really
look
like
nice.
that.
It also has a 3-seat model with not those seats.
Yeah, no, but I really like that. That looks you got your own little fucking aircon in the back, your 2 little screens. He can read his little Kindle there.
10-speed
fucking
automatic.
nice.
Yes, 10-speed automatic, and it gets 14 miles per gallon.
Woo!
Adjustable ride height, and many, 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 many more luxury options.
Yeah, which means it's not for me and you.
No.
At all. But
Mainly because I drive like 4 miles to work and back.
yeah, and there's like nothing for you as the driver. It's for everybody else around you, and I don't see you buying one of these.
SUV? No. Although, it depends on how bad my legs get. Then I might have to.
Then you get a chauffeur. Boom. And you buy one of those.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to afford a chauffeur.
And you get all
driving is too much fun for a chauffeur.
Yeah. Well, that's how you bring them in. Like, you get to drive all the back roads.
Yes. Speaking of back roads, you might want to try driving the back roads on this one. But it's not really... It's not
a good segue.
Yes, that was a horrible segue. You're right. But it's not so mini anymore. The Countryman is going to get far, far bigger. Oh. New front-wheel drive platform causes it to swell in size. It's about the size of a BMW X1. They say they're going to go for the interior design of a living room with wheels.
Why is
no
my
engine
question.
options given?
Yeah, no, why?
Yeah, it's
surrounded in.
I was never happy with the Mini.
Surrounded in Perjanger judgment right now because why?
Yeah, you know, they had to make it bigger, especially if they're gonna make it battery powered. It would have to get much bigger for all those batteries.
It's just you look at it. And
tell you what I hated the most about the Mini. It's how the center speedometer.
Yeah,
driving isn't a communal experience. I'm driving, and you're sitting over here, and you're shutting the fuck up. That's what's happening.
Praying.
This isn't like...
It's what you do in the passenger seat with
this
him.
isn't like... Yeah. This is not like we're not all driving together.
No.
You shut your mouth, and we'll be fine.
You sit there, you pray, and you get your year's worth of praying done in one visit.
Just pray. My driving is not that bad.
But what I hated about the Mini is more along the lines of the actual mechanics of it, because they're a bitch to fucking work on.
It's German.
Exactly. The fucking headlights and the grill, that's one piece. That goes up together. And then you have the engine underneath and everything. It's just so fucking weird to work on a Mini. I disapprove of all of them. That's why they have these seamless little hoods right here, because the body line goes around the fender and the whole fucking thing lifts up. It's just so dumb.
Well, people love the look of it. I don't hate the look of it. I just can't work with that interior. But you might be able to work with Hyundai. And you might be able to get one because they're totally tired of the chip shortage. We all knew it was going to happen, like many others that will follow. Hyundai announces plans to make their own semiconductor chips. They're going into the chip business.
I mean, it was only a matter of time before somebody decided to fucking do that shit.
The company says they want to be more self-reliant. I think this is fantastic, especially when cars are at such a premium nowadays.
It's a very good but a very bold move on Hyundai's part.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate Hyundai for that.
It is. More people will be doing it, and more chips means more cars.
But I appreciate that Hyundai is one of the first people that we're hearing about doing this, is that Hyundai's like, no, I'm fucking making my own goddamn chips, man.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this shit. That's not happening to me again. They're learning, and they're improving. It's that whole kind of, different car culture that they have in the Eastern region that really makes a solid product. I'm a huge fan of Eastern cars. So it really makes sense, and it's a bold move, and I my hat's off to you.
Which means Hyundai and Kia will have no problems getting them. I mean, that is once they build the plant.
Yes.
Make the chips and design a chip. Or
So it's a little while away.
you know what else is a little while away? Mitsubishi's stopping all cars.
Oh.
They do plan on stopping. They're not going to develop any more platform cars. Instead, they have a plan. Anyway,
plan.
Mitsubishi's plan is to rebadge a Nissan for Japan.
Oh.
As for Europe, y'all getting Renaults.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Rebadged,
like
and
something.
they're going to engineer them a little bit.
It looks like
So
something
it
for
might
Japan.
be better. You're going to get a rebadged Renault or Nissan if you want a Mitsubishi. That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
I would
mean,
expect,
look
like,
at that.
I don't know.
You couldn't tell me that is,
More.
and if you took off the badge of that, it would look like a dozen different other SUVs.
Most SUVs look the same to me. I mean,
Yeah.
boxy shape. You know, I mean, the ones that do look different, I would say I'm very biased is Mazda's because they're like curvier.
Yeah.
Curvier all around, where that's just sort of another
But
box.
You get into that in the premium vehicle territories to where it's very curvy, it's very luxurious. There's a lot more standard features in that to where that's more the appeal in the premium sector that, you know, I have found with Acura. And Mazda, I've noticed, is right along that same kind of ilk. And Mitsu is, it's...
I've always known Mitsubishi for, well, they make everything under the sun. They make airplanes and motorcycles. And
they make everything.
so cars are just one of those things, but I've most known them for
hobby?
the big rally back in the day with the rally. That battle with Subaru.
Yeah.
Man, that was the shit.
But they stopped making the Lancer Evo.
I know, it's so disappointing. But
It's okay. The
It's-
WRX SDI turned into the Evo when they're gone.
yeah, but it's okay because Lambo has an answer in this next story.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, yes, you can't wait. You're going to want one. Lamborghini is getting into the new world of golf carts. We've all seen the Cadillac. I like the next one. Go to the next one.
Speed. Racer X is your brother.
Lamborghini is going to start making golf carts. Coming soon to a golf course near you. You
Yes, I do
could
want
get a
one.
Lamborghini golf cart.
At first I saw the Cadillac and I was like, well, that's just retard. Oh my God, it's Speed Racer.
Cadillac, Bentley, and all sorts of special ones. Lamborghini is partnering with Kinetic Green JV. It will be designed in Italy and
With
made
white gloves.
in India.
All right.
And then shipped all over the world to golf courses everywhere. Can you imagine that?
I want that as
The
a golf cart.
legendary Lambo styling as your favorite golf cart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Bringing a little automotive Lugnutz style to the golf course.
I still have to ask why.
Why not?
Fair enough, I guess.
It's golf from what I hear. It takes up a bit of your time, and
yeah,
it's
but you
really
can't fit
fun.
a golf club or a golf bag in there. Where are you gonna fit a golf bag in that trunk? That's not a Nissan
I have
Z.
no idea, but you know,
I mean, maybe in the Cadillac.
yeah,
'cause
the
that looks
Cadillac
like,
is a golf cart that's made.
Yeah,
the other one
that-
is just really for show.
Okay, I'll go with that.
I would
I'll
say.
go with that then.
The other one's for actual golf.
Yeah, that
It's
Cadillac
ugly,
does look comfy
but
though. It
Looks like a golf cart.
yeah, but
It looks like a Cadillac. Yes. But more importantly, are you ready to get twizzy with it?
I don't know.
Renault style. Let's get twizzy with it. Here it is, Oakley design. They made an F1 concept that can't be beat from Renault 2012. Twizzy. Oh, there's more detailed photos below. The side mirrors are from a 2015 F1 car.
Did
Doesn't that
Jezza
look-
make this?
Doesn't that? No, this is way better than he could possibly do.
James May?
The center lock is magnesium, and the magnesium wheels come from a Formula One car as well. Magnesium wheels, top speed 60 miles an hour. You can collect this cars on collecting cars for a little above $20K.
Well, that's not bad.
Did you look at the front spoiler? If you go below, there's the front spoiler. They show you.
You can see it a little bit.
Look at that front spoiler.
Picture,
Is that awesome? I know it's only a Renault, but look at that. That's a cool looking Renault. Go back up. You can see the story, the photos on Road and Track. It's got a front spoiler. Not that it's going to need it at 60 miles an hour. Go up a little more.
I need to process this. So,
Okay.
All right. I'm looking at the picture that doesn't look bad. The front spoiler.
Yeah, the front spoiler.
Link.
I know.
It's okay. It's okay,
something.
Link. I'm fine. So then we go
Magnesium
here. It does. I don't mind the back end
See
of
the
that.
spoiler
Look.
on the back?
Yeah, I don't mind the back. I don't mind that. Look, that back end, the spoiler right here. Even that. This is what just looks fucking ridiculous about it.
It's built for speed, my friend.
I just you couldn't think of anything else more aerodynamic than that. Maybe you just make it the same color.
It looks aerodynamic. No, it's to be edgy and real and with it. They did the best they could with a Renault.
I'm trying.
It's a Renault. They're trying. Oakley did what they could.
It looks like they played way too much Red Faction Gorilla.
Well, they are going to take this Red Faction Gorilla.
Or even
to the
Star
Renault test
Citizen with
track.
that side door right there.
It does.
Right here,
it looks like
Star
a
Citizen
beefed up
kinda.
Star Citizen, that car that you drive around the
or even Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. That looks like something you can customize in Cyberpunk to make it look like that. I really, it's not to take away from it. It is very impressive that it has that.
I think as a one-off, it
top
looks
speed of 60,
fantastic.
which is impressive for a Renault to get up to 60.
You know what else is impressive? McLaren's naming scheme. McLaren's going to do something different in the McLaren world. Started in 2011, they're going to abandon naming their cars after their favorite copy machine.
Wow.
No more alphanumeric naming. They have protected several names, so they have things in the works that they're not telling us.
Okay.
The Solus.
Yeah.
The Arion. The Aonic. Aonic?
Yeah. Sure.
The Solus, the Arion, and the Aonic. What names?
It's not the worst names ever.
They did.
I'm just glad it doesn't sound like you're talking about a planet in space like it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like, well, AX7948 is different than Alpha BF274G. Don't give me that shit.
Yes.
Give
Mr. Crusher, take us to Solus 7.
Solus. There we go. Now I have a name. Give me a name, McLaren. I like that idea. I really do appreciate
They did with the last one. They called the McLaren Senna, a legendary name for legendary drivers.
And how could you not like that name? Make it show.
Absolutely. I love that they're not going to name it after their favorite copy machine anymore.
I know, man.
Fantastic
It's
all
just
around.
a very classy way. And then, I don't know, maybe you'll see the Hamilton come out of there.
And with this next story, Aonic goes ironic with Nissan.
That would be ironic if they did Hamilton.
Oh, wait for it, because here it comes. Nissan won an award. The Pathfinder and the Frontier won an award at the Miami International Auto Show. They picked up a pair of Sober Reudus Awards at the International Auto Show in Miami to qualify. It must be on the market before the last day of the year.
Well, I'm very proud they're sober.
Have proven quality standards, and it must be incredibly popular in the Hispanic and Latino community. And it must have good money for value.
That's a very specific award.
It's a very bizarre name that I probably didn't pronounce right.
Sobre, hang on, go up. Let me try it. It's the Sobre Reudus Awards.
Yes, it was on Saturday.
Reudus. So
at
brave
the
Reudus.
International Auto Show of Miami.
Cat would be proud.
Must have proven quality standards and popular amongst Hispanics and Latinos. Must provide good value to money. It was selected by Hispanics from the community, journalists, and the automotive industry.
I mean, a lot of people loved the old body style of the Pathfinder. And
I remember when they first came out.
the
They were
Frontier
amazing.
was another body style, which with the old H truck frame, you know?
Didn't the original Pathfinder, they had those waterproof seats?
Yeah, man.
They had that
People love them.
bizarre rack on the top.
Even
for like
Uncle Bud, he loves his Pathfinder, like that old Pathfinder. The new body style to where you have this, to where it's like, I don't know, like a mom minivan.
it looks exactly like the last SUV we covered.
Unibody frames aren't the end of the off-road vehicle, but it doesn't have
The thing
the
is,
same feel.
here's the thing: if you don't have a unibody frame, you shouldn't. If you have a unibody frame, you shouldn't really be towing. It's not for towing. It's for safety. The thing with the unibody frame is it protects you on the inside. But if you want to use your SUV for towing, don't get that. Get one of those open bed SUVs that they call trucks.
You can get up to like 75, maybe like 800-pound towing
Here's the
accessories, which you are adding on an accessory like cooler
They
for
do
the transmission. So that way you're cooling it off again because of all the fluid.
The switch between unibody frame and traditional rail type frame, the safety numbers are dramatic. They're way safer because like old style pickup trucks without the unibody frame, they're kind of death traps for everybody.
Wow,
People in the car with an accident, people outside the car with an accident. Yeah. The only thing that's more dangerous is a sports car, but that's only dangerous for the guy inside because you wrap it around a tree or something.
But you bought it for that.
Yeah, you bought it to kill yourself and wrap yourself around a tree. But it'll be so much fun for those 2 minutes before you hit the tree. It won't be fun after that.
It won't be.
You may never walk
Not so
again.
much. Not so much.
But you could go right over to PJANDWH and tell us about the show. I'd love to hear from you.
You hop on over right here to the Contact Us page
Could
and
you
leave
shut
us
the damn squeaky wheel the fuck off?
Sorry. You hop over to the Contact Us page and you leave us your name, your email, your message. Find us on all social media handles. And do you have a luggy and nutty car that you want us to talk about? Do you want to be on the podcast?
I
Either
really
Lugnutz
do.
or Tri-Fars.
Yeah. Would you like to be on the Tri-Farts podcast?
It's a very smelly podcast, but it doesn't mind it.
But it's okay because it's a podcast. So, yeah.
You can't smell it. It's just fun. But it doesn't matter if you have the Tri-Farts or the Tri-Force. Nothing rolls without Lugnutz. We'll see you next week, gang. Until then,